Right, I'm still enjoying having a nice blue 350, as you can see behind me, but today we're working on this thing, the GT86. Obviously trying to repair all the crash damage from Rockingham. I've got it back from the chassis repair place now, so they've straightened everything to within like 1 or 2 millimeters of where it should be. Apparently the front crossmember was like 60 mil back from where it should be, so no wonder everything was on the piss and the wheel was hitting the wheel arch, but yeah, that's why. So today I am going to be trying to sort everything out, and I'll give you a quick rundown of what exactly that means. So, quick list of jobs that, like off the top of my head, that I've got to do. Got to fit the radiator and obviously fill it full of coolant and bleed the system and everything. We've got to remount the boost controller onto the lower crossmember, which I didn't have to do last time I repaired it. It came off there. That's the bit that cut out. So yeah, that's all been replaced this time, which wasn't last time. We've got to get the crash bar back on, like the big thing that sits along here, and slot the holes that it sits in so that it sits a little bit higher than normal, and then mount the intercooler to that. Then we've got to get all the intercooler pipes and everything in here and around here. Get that hooked up, get the oil cooler fitted again, which is proving to be a bit of a pain. Like when me and a friend just sort of mocked everything up a couple of days ago, so I put everything roughly in place just to see if it would all fit. The oil cooler was like the biggest problem. And also I've got some new connectors for these. These are the cables that I ran to the oil cooler to power it. And as you can see, when I took the oil cooler out to try and repair everything, I had to just chop them off, which is not ideal. So I've got something kind of similar to this, more like sort of OEM proper electrical connector that I'm going to put on these, so that I can just like disconnect it with a push clip in future. So I'm kind of looking forward to that, because all my wiring has just been sketchy bodge jobs before, so this will actually look quite nice and OEM, hopefully. What else have we got to do? We've got to take the low control arm off and change the length of that again, which is a bit more of a pain than it sounds. We've got to move a load of stuff from the old front bumper to the new front bumper, like all the little carbon bits that went in there. No grill actually, I was going to say the grill, but no grill. The headlight washers, which I'm thinking I might just sack them off and just put the plate over the front and just not actually have the headlight washers, because they were a pain in the ass to fit as well. Speaking of which, the washer bottle has got to go here, which is right where the intercooler pipes go, so that's a nightmare to fit as well. Then we've got to get the new wing on and cut it into pieces straight away to get the wide arch on. I've actually already got the wide arch bits over there, but I've got to trim those down a little bit and just like take some of the excess fiberglass off. Then we've got to cut the arches, make it all fit, get it painted, rivet it on. And also the same for the front bumper spats as well, line everything up. So it's a bit more work than it sounds like actually, putting the wide arch kit on. But yeah, I guess I may as well just make a start. So let's see how this goes. Alright, as you can probably tell, I'm pretty filthy and sweaty and knackered, but I think the car is done. I think got everything done. There's one little bit I need to do, which is just replace the headlight washer covers. I've not actually got headlight washers anymore. I couldn't be asked to fit them this time. So yeah, I'm just going to literally glue the covers on. We've also not got any under tray this time, which might bite me in the ass, we'll see. Like I don't know if all the air is going to still flow properly through the intercooler and the radiator, considering the air can just go straight down, but we'll see. So yeah, I'm just literally going to go test drive it for the first time now. I've not driven it anywhere since the crash. It's literally just been like rolled backwards and forwards. So I'm kind of nervous because it might not work, like it might not even drive in a straight line. I don't know, it might be an absolute shit show. And the drift day is tomorrow. Well, it's Wednesday, it's now Monday, it's Wednesday, but I'm driving down to the hotel tomorrow. So it's going to get aligned in the morning, and then I'm driving it in the afternoon, like 2 hours away for the drift day. So a bit last minute as usual, but yeah, that's just how everything's panned out. But yeah, let's take it for a spin, see if it works. All right, so the test drive is obviously going okay because I'm actually driving. I haven't pulled over straight away because something's wrong. So yeah, like it's actually fine. Like I don't even know if it really needs an alignment. Like you can let go of the wheel and it just goes in a perfectly straight line. Doesn't feel weird at all. Like the steering feels twitchy, but it always did since we put the angle kit on. So yeah, like I'm surprised. But then last time when I crashed it and repaired it all, and I was like really nervous the first time I drove it, it was absolutely fine. So I guess I should have known this time that it wouldn't be that bad, but just because the front was so much further back than it was last time, like the front of the chassis got pushed so much further back, and like the chassis repair place, they said they had to do a lot more work this time, and that if I ever crash it again in the same place, they probably won't be able to repair it. So yeah, try not to hit the passenger side front again. Everywhere else, fair game, but passenger side front, we'll try and avoid that. Now, while I'm driving this for the first time in like 2 months, I just thought I'd give a quick kind of comparison and just how this feels compared to the 350 that obviously I've been driving and drifting a lot recently. There's two things that stick out to me straight away. One is the clutch and the throttle. Well, I guess that's two things on its own, but you know what I mean? Like kind of when you're setting off, the sort of biting point and the harshness of the clutch is a lot worse in this. Even after I've upgraded the clutch and the pressure plate and everything in the 350, this is a lot harsher. Like the throttle pedal just hasn't got a good feeling to it. I don't really know how to explain that, but it just feels a bit sort of soggy. And so there's that. Other thing is the gear shifter in this is fucking awful compared to the 350. And compared to like the R8 and I was going to say the M4 hasn't got a gear shifter. Well, it has, but automatic. So yeah, it's just like a really tall gear stick, but with really short throws. But there's just like a weird bit of resistance when you first go to change gear. Like going from second to third is just really awkward. There's like a load of resistance as you're trying to sort of push it up towards like neutral, and then it suddenly just clicks straight into gear. But if you try and give it like loads of sort of effort, I guess, to start with, to kind of counter that, it just goes straight up towards like first gear. So I don't know, it's really awkward. I feel like I'm just kind of making excuses for the fact that I misshifted and crashed it into a wall, which was a Cadwell, not the recent crash. But like I feel like maybe I should explain, because there probably will be some subscribers now, or people watching this at least, that haven't seen our other videos, like haven't seen the dedication blog channel and like all the stuff that went on there. So yeah, for everyone else's benefit who hasn't like seen that channel, I crashed this car into a wall ages ago. So this was the second crash, and yeah, the reason I crashed it before was because I was on a track day and I went to shift from 5th to 4th, and I accidentally went into 2nd. I don't really know if I can blame the gearbox for that actually, because that is just stupidity, but it happens, you know, a lot of people do it. So yeah, I locked the wheels up and I span and smashed into a barrier. God, the fucking gear shift, man. I just wanted to change from 2nd to 3rd again, it felt horrible again. But yeah, so that is a lot nicer than the 350. I don't know what I can do to sort that out. Like I've already tried all sorts of things to make the gear shift feel better in this car, and nothing's really helped. So yeah, that kind of confirms my feeling originally that the gear shift in this is a bit awkward. The fact that now when I'm getting in it, I'm just like, the first thing I noticed when I drove it was like, oh my god, what is wrong with the gear stick? And I was like, oh no, that is actually how it is. Yeah, I guess that's kind of it for this video. Like I say, I'm sorry it wasn't a bit longer and more in depth on the repairs, but I just wanted to get stuff done rather than messing about filming. And yeah, I guess everything's good, so we're going to go down to the drift day tomorrow and see if it holds together for a bit of abuse drifting. I'm slightly nervous still that like driving around like this is fine, but when you start throwing it into a corner at like 70 miles an hour, then it might kind of start to show any problems. I don't really know if I'm going to get it aligned tomorrow, because like I said, it feels absolutely fine. But I probably should, like, because something's bound to be a bit out after you've smashed it into a wall. But yeah, that's it for this little video. So the next video will be the Teesside Drift Day, and we'll see how I get on in this compared to the 350. Hopefully I've learned a lot in the 350 and it sort of transfers over to this, but I don't know. All I remember when I think of drifting this is just the fucking rev limiter. That's all I remember, is just being on the limiter all the fucking time. So I need to kind of get out of that habit. I think I just need a lot more grip in the back to start with, so I'm going to run like way lower pressures than I used to. And yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of nervous in case I haven't improved at all, in case I get back in this and just go back to exactly what I was doing before. But like, kind of a waste of time having a 350 to sort of learn better techniques if I just go back to doing the same old shit in this. But yeah, I think I'll have improved. When I watched the videos of like my most recent drift days in this before I crashed it, I watched them and I'm like, oh god, I'm terrible. So I think like in my head I have like learned better techniques and I can see what I was doing wrong in the other videos and stuff. So I don't know, we'll see. It'll be interesting. But yeah, that'll be the next video, so I will see you there.